One big challenge that most leaders experience is, how do I know if I need coaching? Most often, the assumption that all of us who've been in the corporate world as leaders tend to make is that if I've been very successful in whatever I'm doing, if I've grown substantially fast in my career, I may be doing something right, which is true. And hence, I don't think there is anything wrong with me or any issues around me that I need to be addressing in my behavior. So I may not need any coaching. However, now that I'm a senior vice president, a vice president, a joint president, or a president, probably people around me, the youngsters or the people who are aspiring to reach my level, those are the people who actually need coaching, because I see a lot of behavioral issues with them. And I think unless they address those issues, those people are unlikely to grow into the role that I am playing. This is a very interesting paradigm. And as a result of this, many senior leaders who have reached certain positions of power or authority tend to not choose coaching for themselves, but tend to often advise their HR teams to look for coaches for others. Now, the interesting way to look at the question as a leader is, do I actually need coaching? Starts from the most important point, which is self awareness. Now, what do I mean by self awareness? This is is an abused word. Many people use that word in a very casual context. In very simple language, my definition of self awareness is, what are my real strengths versus what are my portrayed strengths, which I am portraying to the world so that I get accepted by the world in what is expected from the role that I am playing. So, if I am a leader of an organization and I'm expected to demonstrate a certain behavior, and that is what the organization expects, my board expects, my teams expect, I start portraying that behavior. However, when I reach the top, I try to be myself and I try to portray less of what I had needed to portray in order to reach the position. And I start playing out my true self in the role that I have reached. And as a result of that, a lot of people around me start seeing behaviors that they had not seen in the past, start seeing dysfunctional behaviors in me, but don't have the courage to call it out. And very often, they just live with it because they have no choice. And as a result of that, my success and effectiveness in my role actually is getting compromised, but nobody is telling me about it. Hence, when I use the word self awareness, as an individual, am I actually self aware as to what are my real strengths and what are the strengths that I'm pretending to have and demonstrate on an ongoing basis, and what I have done in the past? And do I need to correct it now that I have reached the position that I wanted to? And how do I correct it and move forward from here? The moment I get, I am aware of these elements within myself, and I'm looking forward to working with someone in a safe space who doesn't judge me, who doesn't assess me, doesn't question my integrity or my authenticity, but allows me to work through this process so that I can get more effective with my teams and I can get the feedback that I need to get. And I'm aware of even the feedback that I'm not getting, but is a development area for me, and I'm willing to work through it. That is what I call a level of self awareness that leaders need to have or should attempt to have. And if you have these contradictions that you're dealing with in your mind, and if you are true to yourself and you are able to see those contradictions, trust me, coaching is for you. This is a space that will help you explore aspects of your personality that many people may not have visibility into, including your spouse, including your family. There are aspects to each one's personality which are very closed and which are very secretive, that we are very secretive about. And it's okay to do that, because we live in a world which is judgmental, which tends to portray us or put us into brackets or blocks of effectiveness or ineffectiveness, right or wrong. And that is one aspect that we can explore through the coaching journey with a coach.